We should do more trivia, right? What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
Uh,
But I'm going to use a little technology to do the trivia today. Thought it'd be fun to just do a little technology and show a little AI. Let's let AI create our technology, create our trivia for us. What do you think? Good. Nothing specific you guys want to coach on today? No needs.
I need to sell my house in San Diego. Kidding.
And that's an awesome listing too.
We just lowered the price to, they bought it for 3.2 in January and we just lowered it to 3.1995.
Nice. That's which
So,
for San Diego, great price.
yeah, well, it's the wooded area of Point Loma. It's less than a mile away from Point Loma. Um, I'm actually heading down, I'm not today, but I'm going to be heading down to Point Loma to try to market it on campus, and then also at the base.
Nice.
So,
I got a good friend of mine I'll connect you with down there too. And maybe I'll connect you guys through email or something, and maybe he can kind of give you a hand in marketing that.
yeah, awesome.
Him and his wife both work down there, Malibu area, all the way down to San Diego. So
Okay, awesome. More the merrier.
I'll connect you. Awesome. So, ideas. Have they done any open houses on that, or luxury open house or anything
I've
like that?
I've done an open house every single weekend. It's been on the market for 62 or 63 days.
Hmm.
I held Brokers Open uh,
Nice.
on a Tuesday. I called it Taco Tuesday on Cedar Brae, and I had it catered with tacos. I had
Wow.
self-serve margaritas. I had
Wow.
a putting green challenge because there's 4 putting greens in the backyard and gave away a Cutco knife on that.
How many
And
people do you have show up?
about 20 people. I had title
Jeez.
reps helping me out, calling agents, and I had lenders. And then I took a 2.5 hour break and followed it up with a Twilight open house because it shows really nice at night. And I had a pretty good group of people there too. So I've had tons of action and almost a few offers, but just no offers. So we lowered it again today.
How
Wow.
big is the house?
3,811 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths.
Hmm.
And there is a set of plans for a pool in the backyard. Um, and there is also a rendering of you can do, there's like an ensuite above the garage, and there's a rendering of an ADU. So where you
Hmm.
can add the little kitchenette and turn it into a complete ADU, because as it stands right now, it's just an ensuite. You gotta add the kitchenette and bring its own, meter to be a complete ADU. But as it sits right now, it's just a large bedroom above the garage with a complete bathroom. It's a really nice place. Sits on the corner of Cedar Brae and Catalina.
Hmm.
Catalina kind of divides the wooded area of Point Loma. It divides it to two sides, right? And we're right in the middle of the wooded area of Point Loma on the corner of Catalina and Cedar Brae. Um, so it's a really nice place. But unfortunately, she has to sell. She just bought in January. She's a doctor for the Department of Justice, and she's about ready to land a new contract. She works out of about 15, 20 different states.
Hmm.
So she's going to downsize to like a maybe 1.2, $1.5 million condo. That way
Nice.
you can just get up and leave anytime. This house is huge.
So, Ernie, we're like talking, if we're talking about marketing, what you're doing is one, you're totally impressing the seller here. The seller should be impressed on what you've done, and you've given it every single option. I mean, from a full broker open with bringing in people with tacos. I mean, all these things are coming out of your pocket. You're like really impressing the seller. More importantly, I would imagine, not more importantly, but I would imagine you're impressing the neighbors. You're impressing, I mean, my goodness.
Yeah.
What's been your marketing plan to market around those neighbors?
So one of the title reps down there has helped me out with that. And every
Mm,
I do an open house, she does a call blast on all the neighbors.
mm,
She
nice.
email blasts them as well. And then she provides me with a list of all the calls that she made and notes. So this list is in green, yellow, red, with green being the hot ones, right? And
Hmm.
and then I follow up on all that. And I call these neighbors, and I've met just about all the neighbors in person because I've had to go down there several times for photos, for everything, right? And so as I'm down there, I go walk in the neighborhood and I've met just about every neighbor and they're all really cool. And you'd think, you're living in a multi-million-dollar neighborhood. These neighbors don't want to talk to you, but they're actually nicer than some of
Oh
the
yeah.
people I've ever met.
Oh yeah. Yeah, people have been so nervous before in the past to door knock some of the more upscale neighborhoods, and those are the best people to door knock. They don't get door knocked very often. They don't
Yeah.
have solar reps coming around every week.
And
They don't get that.
not only that, but I learned a lot about my listing from some of the neighbors.
Oh yeah. About the
So
neighborhood, the parks, different things, I imagine.
yeah, one lady's lived there for many, many years, and she told me all about the lot and told me, the builder, this was built by a builder for him. He
Mm,
actually lived in it, so you can imagine he cut no corners, and it's just a really impressive but massive home. And so I've learned a lot by meeting the neighbors. Um, they're really nice people. I think it's just the price point, and the sellers are very impressed. I went down there and had dinner with them a few weeks ago, and I brought my wife and stuff, and we sat down and just kind of talked about game plan. And she told, she was very impressed with everything I've done, but it hasn't brought any offers. I mean, I've worked harder on this listing than any other listing I've ever had, and I'm just like trying to have patience because that price point, on the average over there is about 95 days if it's priced right.
mm. Yeah.
Um, at price point, and the average in that wooded area is like 1.9 to 2.2 million. So we're at 3 point, 2, and so we're just above average. So it's just like marketing to the right people is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I sent out mailers to well-to-do people that I know out there with brochures. I did a
Mm.
four-sided brochure. It's like one of those presentation folders, but it's
Yeah,
a brochure. It opens
for
up.
sure.
Yeah, so it's on the hard stock, and I've sent out, mail
Nice.
to personal, people I know that have donated millions of dollars to Point Loma, to, other people that have to do with Point Loma. I've sent them, uh, mailers because in most of the people that live in the wooded area of Point Loma are going to be your high ranking military officials from the
Yeah.
base right there. And then also people, that work at Point Loma. And
Hmm.
the other part is retirees. So
Yeah.
those are three main people that live in the wooded area of Point Loma. So I've been really trying to focus on marketing to them as well as out in LA and Orange County.
Mm.
I've had people fly in, from Dallas, from Chicago, to come look at it.
Yeah.
And so it's been, we've got a lot of eyes on it. Um, I think it's just, got to be the right person and the right time, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to see some action with the rates going down, and I'm really
Totally. Totally. I mean, you're getting more action right now, and you can imagine in a different type of market, you'd be getting this much action. You'd have multiple offers for the action you're getting. But in this case,
yeah.
you're getting the action, which means you're getting the visibility, which means you're doing a great job at everything you're doing with the marketing and circle prospecting and getting it out there and prospecting around the US, getting people fly in from all over the place. So the thought of being visible from space, if it has internet access in space, you got it. You're getting the visibility.
when
So,
when I did
you know,
the photos, when I hired the photographer, I had him also make me a 2-minute reel a 2 minute video, horizontal video that I market on YouTube internationally.
Hmm.
And then I also had him do a 1 minute reel. I had him do two of those, one branded and one unbranded. So every time I have another agent do my open house, I send him the unbranded videos and then they blast it out there
Then
as
they can
well.
brand it themselves. That's perfect. Yeah, just keeping it going. Ernie, there's other than price, everything's got a value. Other than price, you said it yourself. It's priced a bit higher than everything else in the area. And you're allowing the seller to see your type of marketing, your type of work you're doing, exactly you're in the whole neighborhood. So right now, I mean, focusing on, look, this is the type of marketing that I do. It's impressive marketing. You're definitely getting things out there and bringing in the people you need to bring in. This is right in line, by the way, with what we were going to cover a little bit today. So Ernie, thanks for speaking up. Thanks for talking about your listing. This is perfect. Anyone have anything in the Southern California area, San Diego, looking for any buyers down there? I'm telling you, this is the property. Great property. So cool. I'm gonna give a couple quick. So here's the deal. Here's how it works. All right. I'm gonna give out a gift card, Starbucks gift card. You know, you guys probably saw my post. I got a little problem with pumpkin. This time of the year, I love pumpkin. It's just how it works, all right? My wife makes the best pumpkin bread. I love it. Um, but I'm one of those guys that goes and grabs the Starbucks pumpkin drink. I mean, I love it. So I'm going to give out, because pumpkin's coming back way early this year, I'm going to give out a Starbucks gift card to the person that does one of two things here today. One, I put a link in the group chat. If you didn't get that link, I'll send it again right now, but put a group in there or put a link in there. I want you to register for this. This is basically just putting you on my mailing list for coaching, because I'll be sending out some stuff to you for content-based stuff for coaching, a little more in depth, maybe some links to some past videos and stuff we've done. So, so register for coaching. That's number one, or not for coaching, register for the mailing list. And number two is you got to get couple of these questions right. All right. Question number one, which of these is a great way to attract neighbors to an open house? Free coffee and donuts, offering a free home appraisal, inviting them to handpick their future neighbors, or giving out t-shirts. You can speak out loud or you can put it in the group chat. Giving out free coffee, offering a free home appraisal, inviting them to handpick their neighbors, or giving out a free t-shirt. Ty Swift, answer number one has been in. Answer one is in. Anyone else want to play this game? Or just Ty? Awesome. That's good. All the above. Anything else? Anyone else? Claudia, you want to jump in? Anyone else? Okay. Question number two. What's one of the main benefits of hosting an open house for the real estate agent? What's one of the main benefits? Getting free snacks, connecting with buyers and sellers, showing off your favorite listing, or filling up your Saturday schedule? Is it for getting free snacks? Is it for connecting with buyers and sellers? Is it for showing off your favorite listing or filling up your Saturday schedule? You guys are just way too good. Oh my gosh, these must be really easy answers. Okay, number three, last question. Okay. What is a key strategy for capturing a visitor information at an open house? What's a key strategy for capturing visitor information at an open house? Is it offering a free raffle like this? Is it setting up an MLS listing e-alert campaign? Is it asking for their favorite room in the house, or is it asking them to follow you on social media? Ruben, free raffle. Love it. All right. So here's the fun thing, all right? As we go through these answers, I'll tell you who won here shortly because I think I do have an actual winner. So playing around with ChatGPT, AI is so fun these days. There's so much we can do with it. I'm going to show you just some simple things that you can do here. And this isn't an AI. I have a whole other training we'll do on AI and all the different AIs, because ChatGPT is just one of the many, and each one of them is just getting better and better and better. But so I jumped in here and I just put in a couple of little things. First I said is, do you know fun quizzes? Gave me an answer. Yeah, here's a fun one. Personalized quizzes. Which superhero are you? What animal best matches you? Okay, I'm like, great. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you knew AI. And then I said, do any of these sound like? And then what I did was I sent out a bunch of, I added a bunch of things in here. Contact plan, and this is courtesy of ICC, Eisenhower Coaching and Consulting. Contact plan for open houses, neighborhood invitation, open house follow-up, neighborhood leads, prospecting activities for open house, optimizing open houses, open house system checklist. And I said, using the attached references on open houses, can you create a three quiz question, make it fun? And it came up with those. And I wanted them to change one of them. The true or false, open houses are most successful in selling the property being shown. Most of you know the answer to that one. So what it did is here's the answers. Which of these is a great way to attract you guys? Some of you, most of you said you get to handpick your neighbors. True or false, open houses are most successful in selling the property being shown. I chose a different question on that. And what's one of the main benefits of hosting an open house for real estate agents? Connecting with buyers and sellers is one of the most. And then this one, what is the key strategy? Setting up MLS to e-listing alerts is the one. Sorry, Ruben. Good answer though. Hey, so ChatGPT is great. Now, if I went over here to, what is it, DALL-E, whatever it is, DALL-E. So DALL-E does like imagery and stuff like that. So then I did the same thing and I had it, let's see, my daughter's been playing around in here too, as you can see. Here is one for DALL-E. Where's it at? It is down here somewhere. Where'd it go? It went away. No, that's not it. Fun quizzes. Is this? No, that's the one I just did. So let's see, where'd it go? Real estate. No. It went away. Okay. So what I did is I went in here and I did the same thing. All right. But I added a few things. So I'm just going to jump over here and I'm just going to add a bunch of stuff in here. And I'm going to tell it to use this stuff and create an imagery. Using the attached, can you create a art piece, if I can spell piece, about open houses for real estate agents? And it's really cool because it'll actually create some imagery. Let's see, it's going to give me some stuff first. And I'm going to say, now can you put that into a printable art form? Oops, it quit on me because I've been on it all day. It's given up on me right now. But usually it'll go through. What it did earlier, it was really cool. It actually created a really cool, if it didn't give up on me like it did, it created a really cool art piece. And I actually think I have it here that I could probably share and show you. There's so much you can do with this, guys. Like really, you can create, the sky's the limit on what you can create with. You want to create something like this. This is an organizational recruiting process chart that's courtesy of ICC. From contact to consideration to commitment to champion. You know, if you're recruiting for your teams, brokerages, whatever you're choosing to do, this is a great little printable. It can make stuff like this. It can do so much. So utilize the tools that you have to be able to do more. So if we talk about open houses and we talk about like what Ernie's doing and how he's taken one property and how am I going to get the most action I can out of that property and going over those. So by the way, the winner of the free raffle, I believe, was Ty. Don't shoot the messenger. That's just what somebody told me. Ty, but you got to register. You guys got to register. Let me know if you've registered. If you're already on my coaching platform, it will probably, you're already in my mailing list. If you're not on it yet, you got to get in it. All right. So here we go. If we take an open house, So I did one this last weekend just as a test. And I said, okay, so I'm going to market it for 2 weeks. Okay. Circle prospecting, marketing specific strategic areas using social media, retargeting ads. And I was able to, not contacted, I received about almost 10,000 people just in California. 10,000 impressions, I'm sorry, 10,000 impressions just in California using just standard retargeting ads on social media. Circle prospecting is another way. But if I'm going to break this down and I'm going to structure to try to drive as many people into the open house as possible, my ultimate goal is to show the neighborhood how hard I work, right? To show my seller that, hey, I care. I really want to get this property sold. It's important. I need to get it sold. But my other goal is that I do want to meet more buyers and sellers. Okay. Now, if I'm just hoping that me doing these open houses is going to bring me a buyer into the property, it's very rare. It does happen though. And so we want to keep doing that for that reason alone. But let's just say we were to structure every open house we do. And our ultimate goal is one is to meet the neighbors. You got to meet the neighbors. I want the neighbors to come because typically, like that quiz, majority of the people is somebody in the neighborhood that knows somebody that wants to move into the neighborhood. So I want to really market to those people. I need to make sure I get as many of those as possible in the door. The neighbors. So I need to door knock them. I need to get to know them. I need to talk to them on the phone myself and say, hey, what's the issue you're seeing here? I want the neighbors all on board. I want you guys to help me. You're my marketing people. You're my marketing people. So tell me, what do you think? That's a great one to go after right there. Perfect. All right. So what if I was to start though, farther out? Like say a mile away from the open house, all right? And my goal, my objective that I'm trying to do is invite as many people as possible to see my marketing. Did I say invite as many people as possible into the open house? No, to see my marketing, but I want as many people in the open house. So my script is very simple and it's an invitation. Hey, I'm doing an open house over at this property over here, and I just wanted to ask you, will you come? I want to see if you could come and take a look at it. Trying to get most neighbors know somebody that wants to move into the neighborhood, and it's a great property. So I wanted to give you a formal invite. We're going to call it a special open house. We're going to have a Taco Tuesday, like Ernie did. We're going to have tacos. We're going to have a little bar. We're going to make it kind of whole neighborhood get together. It's like a neighborhood party because we know ultimately someone in the neighborhood knows somebody that wants to move into the open house. So that's a mile away. Like we're getting out there, we're getting our reach. Okay. A mile away. Now I need to also make sure I'm inviting these people to join my SOI. I'm going to give an opportunity for me to offer up maybe a free market analysis of their property. Also, on your flyers, if you're doing flyers, you don't have to do flyers, but if you're doing flyers, on the backside of your flyer should be a CMA. It's very important to have a CMA attached to your flyer. And a lot of lenders, such as we got one on this call right here, will actually do these with you. They would love to be on the flyer with you. They'll even get them all printed up. They'll help you with the CMAs sometimes too. But we put CMAs on one side. On the other side's all about this property. We get things kind of set up with both our pictures on there with me and my preferred, my number one lender. We market this thing together. Now we've got two people, a lender and a real estate agent marketing your listing for sale. What's in it for the lender? Well, same thing that's in it for the escrow officer that's helping Ernie out. They want the escrow. The lender wants to be able to get the buyers that are coming through here. They hopefully when they want to be able to they want to be able to loan that jumbo loan $3.2 million property. So our goal is find someone to partner with you on it. Get out there, circle prospect a mile around. There's some really good software out there you can use as well. I like to use this one called Stan.com. I've used it multiple times. It's a great one. STANNP.com. And I'll show it to you right now. It's worked really well. It's very simple to use. I can do my flyers and make them look really, easy, really, simple. And they're fast. Stand direct mail marketing. Now, I used to use this one called Click to Mail. I use that one. It's also another really good one out there. But this one's been a great one. I've used this one. You can, and by the way, I've picked up and marketed almost every time I've done this, these mailers like this. I word it in a way, inviting people to come to my open house and offering up if they would like me. I'm also offering the neighborhood if you guys are curious what yours is worth. Here's a little CMA. If these don't meet your specs, you don't see these prices, let's see what yours is worth. And I've actually marketed properties for people every time I've done this. Every time I've done this, I've marketed properties for people just by sending out a simple mailer. And it's cheap too. I think it was about 140 bucks. I hit about, I don't know, I think I had about 300 or 400 properties, about 140 bucks. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. So, getting out there and really truly hitting the neighborhood mile away. We got to hit them a mile away and we got to give them an invite. Now we're going to hit the neighborhood itself. Ultimately, the neighborhood wants to know what their neighbor's house is selling for and why it's selling for that and if it's under contract. So that's the important one to hit right there. That's another day of the week, is to hit that neighborhood. Door knocking, all that stuff, sending out mailers, sending out invites to the open house, inviting them to the open house. What about other ones like expireds and for sale by owners? Are they important? Yep, they're way important. Invite them to your open house. Invite them to see how you do business. Invite them to see your marketing. And are they marketing the same? Or was their previous realtor marketing the same, the expireds? Very important. Market out there a ways, okay? For sale by owners and expires. That could be like on Wednesday. So marketing doesn't happen on Saturday, doesn't happen on Friday, doesn't happen on Wednesday. Mine started 2 weeks prior. So every open house has a marketing plan that I'm doing for the open house. I'm not just saying, hey, I'm going to do an open house this weekend. I'm not just reaching out to someone saying, hey, can I do an open, anyone got a house I can do an open house on this weekend? Okay, great. Can I borrow your signs? Okay, great. Who's going to print my flyers? Okay, great. Let's go do an open house. No, that's not an open house. Okay, that's not an open house. An open house is that the open house is the reason for you to market to people. That's your job, is marketing to people. Guess what? If you got into this job and you said you don't like open houses and you're choosing not to do open houses, quit right now. Walk away. Just quit. Go get another job, because that's your job. Your job's doing open houses, guys. That's just the job. It's part of the job of what you chose to do. And I guarantee you were excited about it when you were working on your license. Couldn't wait for the first one to do until you sat in that open house and realized that nobody shows up. And then you don't want to do it anymore. Why? It wasn't their fault. You didn't tell them. You didn't invite them. Why would they come? Oh, I put a sign out on the end of the corner. Nobody showed up. Wow. Well, because you didn't market the property. That's your job. Your job is marketing for your sellers. Your job is marketing to buyers and marketing for more sellers. The top producing agents out there are typically listing agents. Top producing agents out there are typically listing heavy. And they use those listings to market for more listings. They use those listings to sell the property. They use those listings to market to neighbors. They use those listings for everything. The listings are the inventory that move your business. So guess what? Your job is to do open houses for people. Your job is to have a team that does open houses for you. So that could be just partnering with another agent over at the brokerage you're at and asking them, hey, can you do an open house this weekend? I need to do an open house this weekend. But guess what? Don't let that agent doing the open house do the marketing, or let them do their own marketing, but you better be marketing it too. Every open house my team does, or someone does on my listing, because we get a lot of agents in our brokerage that'll call me and say, can I do an open house on yours? And I'm like, heck yeah, do it. I don't have anyone this weekend. Cheers. Let's do your flyers. I'll even do their flyers for them. My guy Hugo in the office, he gets them all typed up, set up, sent out. And Hugo does an amazing job on flyers. And then I take those flyers and I market them. Flyers, open houses, neighborhood canvassing, SOI. When you first got your license, one of the first things you were told is to put everybody you know into a customer relations management platform, system, whatever you want to call it. You got to get everybody in there. You got to get all their contact in there. Why? Because of your open houses, because of your listings. You got to market to those people. You have to market to those people. So now you've got this big old database of SOI. And every time you have an open house, every time you get a new listing, you need to market to all those SOI members and invite them to your open house. Hey, that might be on Thursday. That could be on Monday last week. How did I get 10,000 people just on social media marketing? 10,000 impressions. Out of that, I think I had probably 200 or 300 click-throughs that people actually clicked through it because they liked it and they wanted to see more about it. Several registered that we're reaching out to now. That's not including the mailers that we sent out. All right. Current people you're nurturing, leads you got online. That's another day of the week. So really our job is to get a listing and then market that listing all week or all month long with more retargeting every day. Like we're really structuring out our daily schedule. If there is a day goes by that you're not doing something to market that listing, then that's the fail. And then we're not talking just putting on the MLS and sending it out. We're talking like you got to have a structured daily schedule of what you're doing. Are you marketing this week? Today? Is it today a for sale by owner expired day? That we're reaching out to them and saying, hey, I don't know if you saw this listing or not. It's kind of close to your neighborhood. I just wanted to see if you saw it. We're going to do an open house. Would love to invite you to do it. Oh man, that dang thing. I got to figure out how to shut those off. We're going to, the thumbs up thing. We're going to figure out how, we're going to actually send it out. Would love for you to do it at the same time, or better yet, why don't you come join us? Or you can do one at the same time, like I said, and we'll kind of send people to each other. What are you doing that for? To get to know them, to show them your type of marketing. Affiliates like your favorite lender, like Ruben Duran, like your favorite escrow officers, like all these people, they want to do them with you. They really want to do them with you. So what are we doing to do it with them? Are you calling them? Are you saying, hey, I got this listing, I'm having trouble selling it, Ruben, hey, you got any ideas? Ruben's going to be like, yeah, how about this? Let's do some retargeting. Hey, give me your flyer, give me the information. I'll type it up for you. I'll help you with it. Hey, give me your flyer and I'll market it for you to my people. Ruben's got different database than you. He's got a totally different database. He doesn't have the same as yours. He has a lot of the same people probably, but he's got a different reach. Totally other group of people. So now we're taking and we're segregating every day of the week out. I gave you circle prospecting a mile around it, hitting the actual neighborhood. That's 2 different days. Hitting expireds and for sale by owners. That's another day. And then hitting all your SOI. That's another day. And then all your current nurtures. That's your online leads. All the people you've ever sold a home to in the past that maybe you haven't had the best communication with, but most importantly, it's probably leads you've been trying to nurture to life. And your affiliates. That's a totally other day. So I just gave you 6, 7 different ways to market an open house. Now, out of all those ways, you've got phone calls, you've got emails, you got text message, you got direct messages on social media, you got retargeting ads on social media, you've got regular ads on social media, you've got boosting on social media, you got organic posting on your personal page on social media. Did we talk about mailers? I think we did. We got stamped.com. We got click2mail.com, sending out some mailers that way. What else? Do we put it in a magazine? You can. I know people that put them in high-end magazines. Tony Giordano, a good friend of mine, him and I did that listing together, and he was putting it in some really high-end magazines, very high-end magazines. There's all these different, you can do those things too if you want to spend that money, for sure. But there's other ways that's going to help you get that reach a little quicker. A lot of different things you can do there. Now let's just talk about the SOI part of things. Okay, if I'm just focusing on SOI, you want to have a contact plan. Now you've got emails that you could be sending out to all your SOI. Okay, emails, and just let them know, hey, I got this listing. I wanted to invite you guys to come. So the script is so easy. Let's talk about the script for a second. I'll actually share it with you so you can see it here. And this is, again, courtesy of ICC, Eisenhower Coaching. All right, so hey, this is Sean Cardozo with ABC Realty. Just have your neighbor's home blank on the market. We're going to hold a special open house this weekend. It's a Taco Tuesday. We're going to have margaritas and all this stuff. Guess what? You guys all have access. A lot of you have access to a CRM. Okay, KV Core is a CRM that I know Legacy Real Estate Homes of Idaho and EXP and all these different brokerages out there have access to KB Core. KB Core has a little button, okay, a little bitty button. So you can upload your entire mailing list into KB Core. So if you pay for a mailing list on some of these websites like Cole Realty or Red X or anything like that, and you pull all these numbers, or your favorite escrow officer is able to get you that list that Ernie was talking about of all those numbers. There's a little button on KB Core called voicemail drop. You can record this and just drop it. If you don't have time to sit there and make the dials and say, hey, we're going to do a special open house this weekend, want to invite you, since ultimately we know the purchaser of the home is a friend, family member, or acquaintance of someone that already lives in the neighborhood, we're inviting the entire neighborhood to come take a look. Here's the important part right here. Do you think you could swing by? So many agents will go and they will not invite them. They will not say, hey, I need a yes or no answer. Will you come? Will you swing by? I need to know, yes or no. So that's an important thing, okay? So actually getting out there and doing that. So sending out these emails, you've got to do 100 contacts a year to your SOI. Emails is one of them. Emails are like the sprinkled dust you dust on top. It's not a primary way of contacting your SOI, but you got to sprinkle fairy dust on it. That's your emails, okay? That's also mailers. That's mailers are a little more important these days, because as long as it's not like a little postcard that says, hey, I got this property, we don't need that, because those get thrown in the garbage. But if it's a handwritten note saying, hey, do an open house this weekend, or you do stamped.com does this really nice letter that looks like a letter. It's not a postcard, it's a letter. And you can make it look really handwritten. And there's some things out there that do actual handwritten. Notes.com, I think, is one of them, or something like that. We can do actual handwritten notes and send them out. But you actually send it out, make it look good, so they actually open it. And if it's your SOI, then they should open it, because they know, oh, look, here's Ernie. He sent me something. Oh, what is this? Oh, he's got oh, wow, check out that property. Your SOI knows people in San Diego. So if he knows somebody in San Diego, he's going to reach out to someone over there in San Diego and tell them, hey, did you see this one? My good friend Ernie sent it to me. I haven't talked to Ernie in about 10 years. He's my good friend. They're going to call you their good friend. They're going to send it out, Ernie. So that's kind of like the mailers are a little more important to nurture your SOI and invite them to your open house. Invite them to what you got going on. How about like social media posts and stories? So you got the fairy dust of the emails. You got the little more important than just the fairy dust, and that's your mailers. You might send out handwritten notes, different things like that. And then you have social media posts and stories and stuff like that. That's where you're getting a little more in tune with your people, consistently, daily, working and talking to your people. And then, of course, the bread and butters, phone calls and text messages. You can't get that. You can't pass that up. That's got to be a crazy important thing. And they need to hear your voice. So that's why voicemail drops are great. If some of you don't know what a voicemail drop is, I think I actually have a CRM up right now, a KB Core, that I can show you the voicemail drop if you don't know that you have that ability. That is right here. This is KB Core. If I just click on one of these right here, it's right here. Voicemail drop, bam. If it does cost money, so it's not that expensive though. 20 bucks a month will give you 150 voicemail drops. 30 bucks a month, 250. You want 500 or more, it's 50 bucks a month. Cancel it anytime. Okay. There's also another great software out there that I've used called Slide Dial or Slide Broadcast. Slide Dial is more individual dials. Slide Broadcast is more broadcast dials. So those are two other ways you can do it. But guys, just make sure you're not doing open houses. I know a lot of people say that's the old school way to doing it. It doesn't work. Well, I think one of my favorite reactions in a coaching call with a client was, hey, how'd you do this week on your open house? I only had a few looky-loo neighbors. I don't ever want to hear looky-loo neighbors again. Ever, ever, ever. Looky-loo neighbors are who you want. That's your bread and butter. You want every looky-loo neighbor in there. You want every neighbor in there. They're not looky-loos. They're important. They're some of the most important people to come into the open house. So I did an open house for one of my listings in Eagle, Idaho. 137 South Stevenson in Eagle, Idaho. It's owned by an amazing couple. Um, and I'm not going to say their names. They are an amazing couple and they deserve to get this property sold. I would love to sell it for them really quick. So I'm trying to do open houses, trying to get things just like Ernie's doing, but I'm really targeting out there over 10,000 impressions. Um, Trying to really get them in there as retargeting, circle prospecting, talking to neighbors. So the first few people that came through, right away, I said, "Oh, do you live right here in the neighborhood?" That's my opening because I am hoping they are. You living right here in the neighborhood? Oh, no, just drove by. Now, this is my thing. You guys, you can steal it all day long if you want it, all right? There's so many open house signs out there right now. One is your open house signs need to have your name on it. Needs to see you, needs to have your name. So that when people leave their neighborhood, they see your sign. When they come back, there's that ding thing again. They come back in the neighborhood, they need to see your sign again. So they see your name, okay? That's number one. Number two, I put balloons on mine. I've done it for years. I always stop by, even if I'm a little late to get there, I've got to get my balloons. Why? Some people do the flags, their flags hanging from their signs. I do balloons because they catch people's attention. I've always done it. So the two people that came in that I ended up talking to that actually just came in when they just saw the sign, I said, "Oh yeah, was it the balloons that caught your attention?" They both said, "Yeah." It always works. It's my thing. You cannot use it. Do not put balloons on your signs. If you do, I know you got it from me. I'm just kidding. Use it. Take it. Put balloons on your signs. Make them catch people's attention. But remember, you can't just put signs out. That's not doing an open house. Okay. You've got to use the open house. You can cancel the open house if you do all the marketing right. It's not about the open house. It's about the marketing. Then the open house, yeah, now you're going to have a bunch of people come in there. All right. That's what it's all about. I hope this helped you today. I hope to help, and I hope that if you have any questions, you feel free to reach out. And don't forget to register for our mailing list. I'll send you some updated stuff from last coaching call. And our huddles we do on Monday. Don't forget about the huddles. That's about putting some commitments down. What are you committing to this week? Every day of the week, got to work. All righty, guys. Have a good week. We'll see you.
Thanks, Sean. Have a good one.